Hey guys, welcome back. So in this today's session we are going to see about the what is the operation of the sliding window protocols, right? So what is the need of performing the sliding window protocol operation? What is the advantage of the sliding window protocol? We are going to see in this today's lecture, right? So if you watched my previous video, so one point that you will be remember that either in case of the simplest protocol or it may be stop and wait protocol or it may be stop and wait ARQ protocol. If you are sending the information from the sender to receiver, the maximum number of frames that we can able to send from the sender to the receiver at any point of the time period is only one frame. Even though if you have the capacity to send the multiple frames from the sender to the receiver, according to these protocols operation, at any point of the time you are going to send only one frame, right? So but here if you are implementing the sliding window protocol, the main advantage is that instead of sending only one frame at a time, we can able to send the multiple frames at a time. So it means that we are using the effective bandwidth utilization, right? So if you are sending the multiple frames at a time based on the capacity, so it means that we are using the effective utilization of the bandwidth. So which is the problem with the either in case of simplex or this protocol as well as this protocol, right? So the point one to be remember is that so instead of sending the one single frame at a time, so based on the capacity we can able to send the multiple frames. Now second point is that how many number of maximum frames that we can able to send, right? So how many maximum number of frames that can be able to send from the source to the destination will be depends upon something called as the capacity. That capacity here we are calling as the window size, right? So based on this capacity or window size, we are going to send the how many frames that we can able to send from the sender to the receiver without getting the acknowledgement from the receiver, right? So without getting the acknowledgement from the receiver, how many number of frames we can able to send from the transmitter to the receiver will be defined by our windowing techniques or sliding window protocol. Now this is what we call as the window size. So if window size something n equal to 4, what is the meaning of this one? At a time I can able to send the 4 frames without getting the acknowledgement from the receiver side operation. That is what the window size meaning here. Now for example here we have the one more problem. So from the sender to receiver I am going to send the frame 1, frame 2, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4. Suppose for example I have sent the 4 frames, right? So it may be guaranteed that you may be feeling that the frame 1 will be received first, then second frame will be received second, third one will receive third, fourth one will receive 4. It may be happen sometime due to the communication channel or whatever it may be, there may be receiving of the multiple frames at the different point of the time period. It means that let it be frame 1 will reach that to the second, then frame 1 will reach it to the fourth, then frame 3 will reach it to the first, then frame 4 will reach it to the third. So it means that something now if every frame is received at the received successfully, we don't get any problem. But what will be happen in case of this kind of operation? If frame 1 is successfully received, 2 also received, something happened to the some other frame. Now we need to identify which frame is lost from the sender to the receiver. So out of these four frames, if you want to perform the identification operation, which frame is lost? Remember that always we are going to perform the retransmission for what? Only the particular last frame, not for the entire frames, right? Now if you want to perform the retransmission operation, first you should identify which frame is lost, right? Then only we can able to ask the sender for the retransmission, right? So when you are sending the single frame, there is no something requirement called as the identification process, because anyway at any point of the time period we are going to send only one frame. If it is last means that only particular frame is last, but as per the windowing technique we can able to send the multiple number of the frames depends upon the window size. If window size is 4 means we can send the 4 frames at a time. If window size is 10 means we can able to send the 10 frames at a time. But after reaching to the receiver, there may be no guarantee that all the frames will receive successfully. If some frame is lost, then we need to identify which frame is lost, then we need to ask for the retransmission from the sender side. So for that what is required means out of these 4 frame we require something called as the identification. If you have the identification, if something lost at the receiver side, so we can ask for the retransmission. So here for each frame it will be assigned something called as the unique identification, that is what we call as the sequence number. You can consider sequence number in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose for example from sender to the receiver I am going to send the 4 frames, right? So it means that 1, 2, 3, 4 frame. The sequence number for this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose something happened, the frame 2 is lost. Now what the receiver will do is it will send the acknowledgement for the 2. It means that it will send the negative acknowledgement or something, so that only the frame 2 will be retransmitted from the source to destination. That is the reason we require something called as the identifications of the sequence number. Now we will see that based on the windowing technique how sliding operation will be performed. Sliding means if initially something like this, it will move to one position towards the left direction. So after sending the one more packet, it will move to the one more one. So one more one, something it is performing the sliding operation, right? So first we will see that what is the window technique, then how sliding window operation will be performed, we will see in this today's class. Now this is one example. So now if you understand the previous discussion, now what is the window size? Here n equal to 4. What is the meaning of this one? At a time we can send the 4 frames from the where transmitted to the receiver without getting the acknowledgement from the receiver. For the first time we can send the 4 frames. So if you don't understand, just you consider, so the capacity of this bucket, something receiver side we have the bucket, something you consider that here it can able to store the 4 frames at a time, right? Now I am going to send the 1, 2, 3, 4. For identification purpose, each frame we are giving something called as the identification number, that is what we called as the sequence number, right? Now see that what is the maximum we can able to send 4 frames. So see that what is the current window size? The current window size is the n equal to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. N equal to 4. So it means that at a time we can able to send the 4 packets. Now packet 1, packet 2, packet 3, packet 4. Sorry, frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4. So now the capacity of the something receiver is full, something like that you understand, just it is for example purpose, right? Now see that after run what is happening. Now what is the current window size? It is only 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So n equal to 4. Now see that what will be happen after some time period we are getting the acknowledgement for this one. After some time we are getting the acknowledgement for this one. Now how many frames we can send from the transmitter to the receiver? Again can we able to send 4 frames or single frame? Now see that earlier the capacity is 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now it process the first frame nothing but the 0. The process is completed. So next again it has to process frame number 2, frame number 1, frame number 3. Now what is the capacity remaining? Only 1 is processed, means only 1 is empty. Remaining 3 need to be still processed. Now what is the capacity of this receiver? It can able to take only 1 frame. It means that initially the capacity is something 1, 2, 3, 4, right, at the receiver side, just for analogy purpose, example purpose. Now what happened? So 1 is completed. So 1 is completed process means it is sending the acknowledgement. Now it means that this is the free, right? Now from the transmitter how many frames we can send? If we send the 4 frame, what will be happen? Here we have only 1 space, right? Then remaining 3 are still to be processed, right? It means that for the first time only we can able to send the multiple frames based on the window size. For the next time also 1 will be processed, the second will be processed, like that it will perform. Once it is processed, then here one location will be empty, so that after receiving the acknowledgement from the first frame you can send the one more frame, right? Not all the 4 frames, only 1 frame on second time onwards. Now see that what is the meaning of, what is the current window? 0, 1, 2, 3. Now what is the meaning of sliding means? So anyways the 0 is completed, right? This first frame is completely sent to the receiver also processed, and it has sent back to the acknowledgement. Now it means that the sending and receiving acknowledgement also completed, right? Now what windowing technique will do is it will change this window from the 0 earlier starting position. Now it will change from the 1, 2, 3, 4. At any point of the time period window technique should be n equal to 4, means the size of window should be 4. After receiving the acknowledgement for the 0, what we are doing, we are sending the one more frame, right? It means that we are sending the frame 4th one. Now see that at any point of the time period n equal to 4, right? Suppose if you draw something like this, after sending the 4 frame, if you drawing like this, now count the values 5, right? But what is the window size at any point of the time period? Only 4. It means that window will slide to one position to the left side. So now see that how many bits we have? Only 4 frames we have, right? Suppose if 4th frame is sent, again for example, if you are receiving the acknowledgement for the frame 1, now what it will do means window will move to the 5 4 3 2. Now again window size will be 4, so that we can able to send the next frame. This is how sliding window protocol will work. Now see that after getting the acknowledgement for the frame 1, so the window will be moved to the sliding, then it is going to send the, what is the next frame after 4? The frame 5 will be sent. If receives the acknowledgement for 2, it will send the 6. If it is received the acknowledgement for the this one 3, it will send the acknowledgement for the 7. So like this the sliding window protocol move one position from the right to left direction as the data is moving from the sender to the receiver. Now one more important point to be remembered in case of the sliding window protocol is that, now what is the meaning of this one? So what is the meaning of this one is, so totally I need to send the 11 frames from the sender to the receiver. So what is the first frame value? 0 1 2 3 up to 10 means 0 to 10 means total number of frames is nothing but the 11 frames. Now see that, so what is the, where is the current window? Here the current window is located what? So 3 4 5 6. Now what is the meaning of this one? The current window or sliding window is that these frames are transmitted. So 4 5 6 are transmitted from the sender to the receiver, but no acknowledgement is received. The meaning is that which the frames which is sent from the sender to the receiver, but these are waiting for the acknowledgement to receive from the receiver. That is the meaning of this window, whichever is located here. Now what is the meaning of this one? If window is moving from here to here, what is the meaning? So it already sent from the transmitter to the receiver as well as the acknowledgement also received, right? So it means that already sent and acknowledgement also received. So what is the meaning of this one window? So these are the sent frames, but acknowledgement is not yet completed. Once acknowledgement will completed means the frame will be moved something like this. Now what is the meaning of 7 8 9 10? No window, right? No, it means that these frames are not yet sent from the transmitter to the receiver. These three terms which are important you need to understand when we are going to discuss the go back and ARQ protocol, right? So one more is the selective repeat AR protocol. So the both go back and ARQ protocol, selective repeat protocol will work based on the windowing technique. Based on the window size we can able to send the maximum number of frames. I hope you understand what is the meaning of windowing technique, what is the use of the sliding window protocol, and in which cases we are using the sliding window protocol mechanism, nothing but go back and ARQ protocol as well as the selective repeat ARQ protocol, right? Thank you very much guys.